Okay. I might be live, and I think I am. I think I am. But gosh, you know what? It has been a minute since going live, so I can't remember. All right, so I don't know. Anybody's here? You want to leave a comment or two? Just kind of keep me rolling, keep me going, keep me in the game here, because it's it's hard to know what's cooking out here. I want to just wish everybody a happy end of November. Want to reflect a little bit on where we were a year ago, give or take. Hotness and Leisure show was winding down. We were getting ready to look at that final episode. Golly, that was an exciting time. I mean, holy smokes. Hello, Amber Williams. Loving to hear that you just happened to roll into the old Linky land, because I was downstairs, just downstairs and cleaning up after dinner. I had three kids out of four were home, and we, made a little noodle surprise, because sometimes I sometimes I do that. And then I thought, you know what, I should go live. And my lovely wife looked at me and she says, "Yeah, what's stopping you? Go for it." So here we are. Hello, Rachel Lawton. Thanks for popping in tonight. Man, there's a lot going on. There's always a lot going on in these Linky Woods, right? I mean, so much going on. Please give me a little feedback. Make sure that you can hear me. I'm not talking to myself. Okay, noodle surprise. Yes, you're hearing that. All right, so all right, so in my house, we call it anytime that I cook. All right, and I cook a fair amount. We call it Dad's Noodle Bar. I don't know how it started. I don't know, honestly, but sorry, my on canvas comments are kind of janky and a little bit. They're a little bit uh, blurred, but I'm rookieing out tonight. All right, noodle bar. Okay, so most of anybody's here. Rachel, maybe you don't know. We don't know each other that well, so sometimes I got to make dinner, right? That's the way it is. You got these kids, you got to make dinner, right? So I show up. I just call it Dad's Noodle Bar, because one day I showed up and all I had was spaghetti. So I roll out the spaghetti. I put the spaghetti in the pot. I cook the spaghetti. And I'm like, oh no, I don't have spaghetti sauce. I don't have spaghetti sauce. Hello, Clark Barrett. Yeah, brother, I'm just out here just ripping, right? Because I just felt like it tonight. So I'm on the West Coast, and it's not that late for me. It's only 7:30. So, all right. So I don't have any spaghetti sauce. I got noodles. I got spaghetti noodles. So I just start pulling shit out of the fridge. I don't even know what it was. You got that Costco giant bottle of pesto. I probably threw that down. I got some Parmesan. I don't know, some tomatoes. Not even, but this like some random old ones. Maybe some cheddar, like some ground turkey, or I don't know, feta maybe. Something. Okay, so yeah. So Dad's Noodle Bar since has forevermore just been what we call it when I cook, right? So tonight it was Dad's Noodle Bar, and I'm like, okay, because I'm assigned by my daughter and my wife. They're busy. They're doing something. They're like, "You're making dinner." I'm all right. All right. I go down, and I know how to make Alfredo, and I've kind of had chicken on my mind lately, so I know I got some frozen chicken, and so I'm gonna make Alfredo, but I don't have Parmesan, and I don't have cream. All right, so I'm like, what the hell? So I Google, because I have frozen mozzarella, and I got this ancient cream cheese. All right, so I got mozzarella cream cheese. Google, what kind of sauce can I make with mozzarella and cream cheese? And it's like, dude, you could totally make yourself an Alfredo. All right, how do I do that? So you need milk, you need mozzarella, garlic powder, and butter. Okay, I got all that stuff and a little cream cheese. I open up the cream cheese, and it's like, I don't know, from 1970. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's like ancient. It's just encrusted with with blue. So I get all that off, scrape it off, and I put it in. All right, and it's all good, and it actually turned out okay, right? I mean, it's not like, okay, mozzarella, Parmesan, they're not interchangeable cheeses. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was green. And then when you like kind of had to dig out the yuck parts, you had to dig, I had like a texture. I thought it was like a nut in there. But I cut it all off. It's good. I ate it. It's fine. All right. There was no yucky in there. Okay. All right. So I'm running this OBS cam. I see I gotta make an adjustment. All right. We're gonna make a quick adjustment here. We're gonna roll that up right there. We're gonna roll that up right there. Okay, make OBS. All right. So if you don't know, if you guys are live streamers out here, oh hell yes, Amber, I used it. All right. Okay, I cut it off. I made the cream cheese pristine. All right. I saved it. I promise. It was good stuff. Okay. So I'm using StreamYard tonight, and I'm using OBS as a virtual camera because StreamYard does not support comments on Canvas. And I realize that they're a little fuzzy, but hopefully you can still read them if you zoom in a little bit. Okay. Because Restream allows you to put the comments on the canvas as a native function, but StreamYard, not so much. But I like StreamYard better for a variety of other reasons, which I have now forgotten. But that's the way it goes. As I haven't live streamed for a while. I've been offline for a little bit, which is okay. A couple other little changes. I saw Clark was in the house. I don't know if he's still with us tonight, but in his honor, I noticed the other day that he has had a fuzzy tail on his mic. Look at my mic. Look at that. Is that the awesomest thing you ever saw? Look at that thing. Yeah. So that's my mic, and that is thanks to Clark Barron. All right, who was here? I don't know if he's still here, because I saw he had one, and I'm like, I gotta have one of those, because these stupid little pop filters, the little foamy pop filters, no good. They don't work. They're just not good. But this thing, hopefully, you're having a clear experience with my voice. Yeah. All right. So, I just want to get out here. All right. So what's on my mind tonight? All right. Lots. So if you're in the United States, it is Thanksgiving week. That's a thing. Now we can get into the political correctness of that holiday and the background and all the history, but at the end of the day, it's a holiday, okay? And it's I got to tell you that despite its origins, look, I love having 2 days off, right? It's really the only one where we actually get 2 full days off, like bona fide. As you know, my daughter, now she works at Costco. She's in the floral. She runs the floral operation there, right? But so she doesn't get 2 days off. She's got to work Friday. She's not too happy about it. But okay, I get retail doesn't really work. Doesn't have a full 2 days and stuff. Retail's a big part of the economy. Okay, but I get 2 days off, right? And I'm happy about it. So I like it. And last year we decided, Melissa Houston, you go on over to YouTube. I'm streaming this live on YouTube. All right. So if you're Rachel, thanks for coming in. All right. Because we're just talking about whatever I feel like. And if you guys want me to talk about something, throw it down in the comments. Peru. I've never been to Peru. I want to get to Peru. I want to go to Machu Picchu. Yeah, that's awesome. I gotta find out what's happening in Peru. Okay. No cheese nightmares. Everybody's happy. It's all good. I made a much bigger deal about it than it actually was. Okay, because that's my shtick. Okay, where was I? Holidays. I was talking about something. Melissa, go over on YouTube. You can leave comments there. Yes, so she can do that. Yeah. Okay, I hear Peru's got the best food and drinks, and yeah, I I got to get down there. All right. And they're not speaking Portuguese, they're speaking Spanish in Peru, I think. All right. If I get that correct. Okay. I was talking about Friday. Okay. So last year we did Thanksgiving on Friday instead of Thursday. Right? What was stopping us? Like, it's not Halloween, right? You can do whatever day you feel like. It's not 4th of July. Okay. We can run Thanksgiving on the off day. And yeah, it worked out pretty good. We really liked it because it meant that Thursday was like this totally the chillest day of the year. Like you can't do anything. I mean, the grocery stores are open, but everything else is closed. Pretty much. I mean, maybe Target or something. You know, I go to Target. So, okay. So I can go and just like maximum relaxation. And then Friday, because a lot of people have to work, like my daughter, right? She's got working out at Costco. She has to work till 4:00. So we can't have Thanksgiving dinner at like 2. Okay. We got to have it at like 5, like normal dinner time. So we're getting this dialed in now, and I'm pretty excited about it. So that means so Thursday, man, I'm just mellowed out. And yeah, so loving that. I love this holiday. Love what it has come. Hey, look at that, Melissa. First comment on YouTube tonight, and she has got it solved. She found the Hotness Unleasher link, and appreciate that. I'm going to drop that link in here in the comments because I can and because I know where it is, and that's a lot to ask of anybody to do that. So if anybody finds this thing and they're saying, hey, how do where's the YouTube page? Why can't I find the YouTube page? I'm going to drop that right there, and hopefully that'll stick. Okay. We're doing that. All right. So there's the YouTube link. If anybody wants to do that, Amber, love you. Thanks for coming out for a minute. And I might just be on my own with Melissa. All right, Melissa, how you been? Are you working the retail action? You got Black Friday coming up. You got Cyber Monday. Maybe you got some busyness stuff going on. Yeah, we're good there. All right. So a couple serious notes. I'll talk about email. Talk about email for a minute. Man, sales is it's like, okay. So a week ago or whatever it was, KDJ, you know why I'm here? You guys want to really know why I'm here? Because I got a text. From none other than El Donarino, right here. Proof. I got a text from Mr. Dunner himself. And I saw that and I'm like, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. And there he is, right? Bam. Like, think of that guy. And there he is. Okay, Ken, I'm sorry. I did not give you a reminder. I didn't because I got too crazy. I forgot how to go live. That's what happened. I just kind of spaced out. I like hooking up the OBS and the comments and the intro video and all that stuff. So I need to go live, like, I don't know, once a month at least, to just kind of remember what all the steps are and all the hookups and everything else. Okay. I was talking about something serious because there's serious stuff going on. All right. So a week ago, whatever it was, I don't know. Outreach. So outreach is for you guys who don't know, Ken, you're the best. Savor the flavor. I'm so glad that you're here. All right. Outreach is a tool that sellers, prospecting sellers, of which I am one. Okay, that's my job. I sell to Clark's dismay, but nonetheless, I sell demand gen related services. Okay, great. And I've been doing that for a while. All right. But I have to go out and I do a lot of prospecting, and a lot of prospecting, you have accounts and you have to email these accounts, right? Well, it's hard to keep track of. It's hard to keep track of that action and like what you did and when you need to do and when you need to follow up and when you need to send another email and blah, blah, blah. Well, there's a tool. There's a couple tools, one called SalesLoft, another one called Outreach, right? So Outreach is a tool I've used for, like, I don't know, it's almost 6 years, like 5.5 years, something like that. Maybe a little longer. I don't know. A long time. And essentially what it allows you to do is it allows you to set up in advance email that will go out on in what they call a sequence. So that sequence will methodically in a cadence pump out email. Now you can enrich this sequence with other kinds of steps like prompts to make a phone call or do a LinkedIn check-in or to, I don't know, send a manual email or whatever. But as part of that, you can do an automated email that's already preset. Okay. Well, that's you. These preset emails are very easy to do, to set up and to ship out. And there's not a lot of quality control. So you can write these emails, and one of the favorite pastimes of LinkedIn is to make fun of the emails that people in my position and SDRs, right? Right. And because frankly, at the end of the day, it's hard to do. It's hard to come up with new ideas that are any good. And not, I mean, I guess different orgs would have different levels of collaboration and stuff. Okay. But a lot of reps, they're sort of private about kind of how they go about things, and okay, that's fine. So there's a lot of email going out from different B2B orgs. Well, and there's also been a lot of pressure on B2B tech, particularly this year, which has increased the pressure on outbound sellers to try and do anything they can to get more appointments. Okay, well, a lot more email has been going out as a result. And that email is not better. It's not more attractive because the products haven't really changed. The need has gone down. The appetite, the budgets have gone down. So you have a lot more noise in a market that is not that into it. That's the stage, right? So outreach gets an email from Google or a call or some communication from Google saying, guys, time out. Your customers are abusing email and we're going to shut this off. Okay. So outreach sends a letter to its customers. It says, guys, you can only, if you get more than a 3% or 0.3, I think, percent rejection or complaint rate, sayonara, we're going to shut you down. All right. And Jesse Ulett has been out here saying, hey, that's cool. I mean, we got to deal with this. Like, this is a big thing. And you don't really get what 0.3 means. That's not a lot. Okay. That's like, and it's really all coming around. It isn't marketing email that's getting hit. It's this cold sales email. Okay. That's common. All right. February 1st or whatever. Early next year it's happening. I basically am figuring it's already done. It's like, if you do not have, if you're doing this and you don't have every last like red flag up right now, it's too late, right? You need to be, it's already too late if you haven't stopped this activity, because the market now has responded and the market is saying, I'm gonna hit you for doing this. Okay. So we're gonna set this table against you for doing that kind of, so it has to end. All right. So sales orgs are going to have to wake up and they're going to figure out what they're going to do if they're going to continue to prospect using email, and they're going to risk it. Okay. And what happens if you continue to risk it is that you could have your entire email system cut off from the rest of the world. And that's not good especially if you're doing a lot of business, if you're a big org, right? Imagine Microsoft.com. Well, I mean, they own their own email distribution, but let's say like IBM, right? Or I don't know, some other Coca-Cola, whatever, right? Like some big org that depends on email to do business, not just cold outbound SDR action. Yeah, if they get closed, if they get shut down, that's a bad deal, right? So we don't want that to happen. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, okay, we got a couple choices to make, right? We can choose to be really freaked out. No more email, no more cold outbound email. Holy smokes, what are we going to do? We're going to default. We're going to go back to cold dialing. Okay. You can do some of that. Fair enough. I don't think the appetite for cold dialing has increased. I mean, really, it wasn't that good to begin with. Think it's gotten better? I mean, okay. I mean, I wasn't doing much cold dialing because it wasn't working that good. I don't think they're just going to roll over and say, "Oh, it's great, it's better now." No, still sucks. I mean, you can force it, I guess. An email. Okay, so if I can't email, lest I put my company out of business because I destroy its sender reputation and take its email out offline, that's not going to work. That's done. There's only so many in real life shows that we can go to. Yeah, contact rates terrible. I mean, I know this for a fact. I mean, mine are just pathetic. It's so bad. I just finally had to turn it off. And so, what are we left with, right? What are we gonna do as sellers, right? This is a real question, right? There's a lot of machismo, a lot of people like, just get better numbers, just call them, talk to them. Yeah, okay, you do that. I don't have that many accounts. I don't have 10,000 accounts that I can just call and rip through. Okay. It's more nuanced than that. And it's not like these people just, it's not like I mean, yeah, that's true. There's a percentage of them, but we're not talking mass market here, or even in B2B. It's a very, like, for my world, it's very small. And I think that it's, I don't, Clark probably took off, but I had a DM with him. He's been pretty influential in my life lately. So, talking about, and I shared with Lauren a couple weeks ago about how the sales mandated opportunity, sales sourced opportunity mandate is a bad deal. Creates a lot of imbalances, creates problems between sales and marketing. It creates prioritization of deals based on who sourced it, how it was sourced, creates misalignment, a lot of issues with it. And I think that when sales loses its ability to do email, there's going to be some reckoning. And we can choose to be scared, or we can choose to be really excited. And I'm kind of excited. I truly am. I'm sort of stoked, actually, because I think that there's going to be some real opportunities to differentiate, to demonstrate what you have and what makes it valuable, that frankly will be invented. Because necessity is the mother of invention, right? And I believe that, right? And sure we are. We're going to be having to say, well, we could live in denial that email was so great, or that we could get back to some cold calling. Okay, there's only so many trade shows to go around. We're all, a lot of us are working remote, so it's not practical. And the United States is so big, you can't really go out to clients efficiently. So what are we going to do, right? Well, we're inventing it. We're going to invent something. Then it's going to be fun, and it's going to be cool, and it's going to represent a lot of really amazing opportunity for those who can get in and make it fly. And I want to be part of that, right? I just, I'm going to have to sit down there and figure out what to do and how I'm going to stand out, how I'm going to be different. And, I don't want to show all my cards, right? I got some ideas that I'm cooking, and I'm doing them. And it's interesting that AI has come out, and looking at that, like, okay, how do we use AI? Can we really use it? Is it any good? Can it really work? Do we do anti-AI? Do we make it so authentic that it's actually real? And then can you mess around with that? I mean, I've been messing around with some AI stuff this week and having some fun with building in doing some scripts that were fake, that were that were written to sound real, but weren't. I don't know if that makes any sense, but doing some of that. So anyway, watch for this story to continue to evolve and continue. If you're in the marketing, sales, B2B, SaaS, B2B tech, any of that stuff, watch this conversation because it's a very important one. That's really it's going to be exciting. That's I can say that for sure. I think communities, and before I forget, I think real community participation in communities and communities that vet their members for like legitimate, vendors or not vendors, but members. And the reason I say vendors is because vendors on my mind, but because I'm, a vendor, right? So I would be excluded from certain communities, even though I have something of value and perspective that's valid. So I kind of get that, but at the same time, it's only because my my peers have had a history of abusing their community membership privileges, right? So they get in there and they start selling and they get banned. Well, I think you can vet humans, you can vet individuals based on how they behave and all that. And so I think community can really have a pretty big impact and could represent a nice I don't want to say it's emerging because it's pretty much already emerged, right? They already exist and they're well understood, but could take on a renewed interest as a digital way to connect with people. So yeah, so that's what's on my mind with regard to email. It's nice just to kind of talk it through and think about it. Melissa, I agree with you on that yeah, it's tough though, particularly when you talk like with marketers and you sell to marketers and they don't want to have salespeople. It's a mess. But yes, I agree that everybody should be given a fair chance. If you abuse it, it's like you can say, look, here's the rules, you abuse that. And I think it's that the community managers, they can't police it. Like they're not there enough, right? There's maybe we need an AI cop, right, in these communities to, that could be an interesting application, right? It says, hey, look, everybody's in. You break the rules, you're gone. You're an AI timeout. I mean, LinkedIn already does that to us. It banned Ken Dunner, right? I mean, that sucked, but it got it wrong. But he got back. He came back. So I got hit once. It wasn't too bad. I know, Clark, who was, he was here and maybe I know he got threatened a couple times. Others have been, taken out by the AI. So it's not perfect. Maybe it needs to go through like a hybrid AI, where you've got, something. And if you don't have 900 million people like LinkedIn, maybe you're just, community host and you've got maybe, I don't know, 1,000 people or something in your community and somebody's out of line, the AI alerts you and it's like a cybersecurity alert or something, right? I mean, they got these systems they exist. It's not like we have to invent them. We just need a way to kind of control it and make it fair and reasonable. So I could be pretty down with community as an emerging way to go. Maybe live shows, right? Maybe doing webinars. Maybe sales needs to get out and just start doing webinars more, right? And something other than just demos, right? Maybe they need to create better content. Maybe they need to create their own content. Maybe more video. Maybe more entertaining video. Maybe something that's actually not stupid. How about that? Or boring. And lots of. I think there's some stuff that if you could create your own following. I mean, there's this brand ambassador stuff that's happening, and I'm not as stoked about that. Maybe it's just because nobody's called me and asked me to be their brand ambassador. It could be. Maybe I'm just jealous. I'm open to that. That could be the case. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm not like, oh yeah, I just want dying to be a brand ambassador and have to shill for this product in my posts because those. I have this idea that people don't want to know what you sell; they want to know how you sell it. here on LinkedIn, right? I don't want to know what you market, what your product is. They want to know how you go about it, what the challenges are that you faced, and I don't know if I'm going to die on that sword, but well, we're aligned in that then, Melissa. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to die on the sword that nobody wants to know what your product is, but it's a POV. I'll own it. I think it's pretty close to true for the most part. And I yeah, why not? Crayons or glitter? Sure, I'm down with that. Why not? That's all good. All right. What else is going on? Let's lighten it up a little bit. I've been kind of serious for a little bit. I don't know if I've got any audience left other than Melissa, but hey, what more do I need? All right, what more do I need than a good pal who's local? So, I don't know. The email thing's been on my mind. The ChatGPT guy got fired. That's crazy. AI is not slowing down. That's for real. Let's see. I don't know. I got some personal stuff going on. My kids are they're not doing that great. It'll be the first Christmas, first holiday season in a while. Well, we're all together. Let's just put it that way. The 6 of us, my wife and I and the kids, we're together. I'm glad you asked, Melissa. So the health pursuit, it's good. I'm actually taking a little bit of a little breather for a minute on it. You and I actually went over this. I get a little depressed, actually, is what happens. I don't want to say clinical. It's not MDD or anything. It's just, I get a little bit down. I get a little bit, I get my I guess kind of funk out. And so a few days ago, I was like, you know what? The holidays, the Thanksgiving's coming. I just want to, Paul Deitch, I got you, buddy. I got you. Where was I? Basically what I was doing is I got my Fitbit. I took it off my wrist because I was tired of wearing it, but I had this idea that if I could eat 2,000 calories a day and burn 3,000 calories according to the Fitbit, that was a really good delta, because then that allowed me to kind of, I don't know, I didn't have to be quite so careful. But I did that for a couple of weeks and it kind of messed with my head. So yeah, I got you, Paul. I can see you there. I can see your comment. So it kind of messed me up a little bit. So I said, okay, I'm gonna pause on this and I'm just gonna take a little breather. So kind of just a little bit on break. Until after my wife has got some stuff going on. So after probably around the 6th or so, I think I'll get back to it and just kind of just kind of taking a chill, right? I'm not off. This is an intentional part of the process. I respect that. And I am trying to be sensitive to what my body's telling me, what my sleep habits or my sleep cycles are telling me, and all of that. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take my foot off the gas for a little bit, a couple of weeks, and kind of recalibrate, kind of soften up a little bit and start again. So that's the plan. But yeah, overall, so yeah, Paul, man, I can see you. I can see you right here. And so yeah, to your point, Paul, I think you and I were kind of, I was talking with Stephen Ing. Stephen Ing was having the challenge too. So, but yeah, you can always go to YouTube, right? YouTube is pretty bulletproof and, works great. So if you hear about a live stream that you want to do, if I'm on something and you want to hang out, whatever, go to YouTube and it's going to be there. I put the link in the comments. So yeah, YouTube works. And then I'm committed to putting comments on Canvas so that we're bringing in both channels, because I can't remember to import the comments over. I can't. That's too much for me to deal with. Yeah, so there's some technical stuff going on. Yeah, so hopefully, hopefully my live streams work, right? Because I've been doing it for a while and kind of got a little bit dialed in, or at least have dealt with stuff. and I'm not afraid to continue to deal with stuff and come up with solutions. But YouTube is a great platform, and it works. So can always go over there. Let's see, where else? Where was I? Yeah, so the fitness thing, yeah, just kind of pulling back a little bit and feeling good about that. I tried to do a mustache. It looked like a rat on my lip. So I had to cut that loose. So my regular scruff is not growing all the way back in. But I'm thinking about doing the side. I'm going to do some real legit sideburns. That's coming. All right. So adventure to Jacksonville. Spend time with my family for Thanksgiving starts in a little under an hour. My first time on a Greyhound. Haha. In Hawaii, you could go around the entire island in 1 hour. So this will be a new. Yes. So my parents were divorced when I was a little kid, 6 or 7 years old. And my mom lived in the Seattle region area, and my dad lived down in Olympia. So it's about, I don't know, hour or so away. So I would ride the Greyhound bus. I lived with my dad, so I'd ride the Greyhound bus up to Seattle to spend time with my mom. So I'm a Greyhound bus guy, man. I've been there. I've ridden them. I never got, nobody ever was weird with me. Wasn't that big a deal, really. And the Greyhound, but I wouldn't send my kids to Greyhound now. Downtown Seattle is nuts. But I did as a kid, went and rode a lot of Greyhounds. So yeah, man, you'll have fun. I think the Greyhounds are nicer now than they were back then. And that's cool. That's cool. So, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's legit, man. It has a certain smell too. It's like a gray. I don't know what they do. They must like spray some kind of Greyhound bus smell. I think it's the toilet in the back that it's got a certain thing to it. So I mean, it's I know I was getting everybody all excited about cream cheese tonight, but yeah, the Greyhound bus smell. Yeah, that's something else. It's not airplane. It's different. It's its own deal. It's they got their own special brand of whatever they use in the toilet back there. So that'll be an adventure, man. I want to know that you made it out alive because you are in Florida. You're a Florida man, and it's a crazy place down there. I hear it's I'm as far away from that. For anybody who's listening, Melissa and I are clear the heck up here. And I mean. I never really did Continental Trailway, Ken. I think they, at least around here, they're no longer. I don't know if they're still a deal. Now trains are cool, right? So we have an Amtrak that goes from, well, used to, I don't know. Yeah, I think it still runs. Kind of a weird schedule, and it's very expensive around here to go anywhere. So it's not very practical, but it's fun. It's very quiet. That's the thing. And you can just totally just like spread out and just like stretch your legs and really just kind of chill. I mean, that's my experience on the local Amtrak. And maybe that's why it's so expensive. I don't know. I mean, you can take the down to Seattle and it's fun. It's cool. Right. But now Seattle's getting a light rail it has a light rail now that actually goes up to North Seattle, which is viable because you can ride that. You can take that, take the light rail from North Seattle all the way down to the airport, and it's like $3.50 takes an hour. So yeah, that's cool. It reminds me. So my wife and I went to New York City last March, and we went to an off-Broadway play that was amazing. And it was about this coastal, it was a train trip that they took. And I'm gonna Google it right now because I can't remember the name of it. It was let's see, play about train to it was from California to Seattle. The Coast Starlight. That's what it was. Coast Starlight. So if you guys ever get a chance to watch that or see that, check into that. It was really cool. It's like it's a play about this adventure that these people have. I think it's half a dozen people, as they're riding up from San Diego all the way to Seattle, and on the train. It's called the Coast Starlight. It's so going up the coast, Melissa. I guess it goes down too. I know it didn't occur to me, but anyway, Coast Starlight's play, right? Got to watch it. It's really cool because it's it's set. It's the play. It's all what the people are thinking. It's not what they're actually saying to each other. So it's like this parallel reality that's really unreal. So very, very cool. And the question was, well, is this play going to be any good? Well, it's in New York, so yeah, no brainer. Everything's good there. So, all right, Katie J, still in Houston, 42 years. Wow, 42 years in one place. That is fantastic, Ken. I love that. What do you like about Houston? What has kept you there? Has it been family? Is it just you get so many friends because you're such a great guy? I mean, what keeps you there? I mean, I live in Bellingham, Washington, and I've been here most of my life, right? It's I don't think it's 42 years of my life, but big chunk. And I've lived in the same house. That's a fair question, Katie J. I love it. No, she's not in Houston. She is in Bellingham, Washington. She lives like 10 minutes from me. Anyway, I live here because I'm from here. My family's here, right? I married my high school sweetheart. We've been married for 30 years, coming up on 31. And, we raised our kids here. Yeah, I mean, what more do you need, right? I'm used to it. It's what I know. Although we are rumored to be thinking about moving to Seattle. That might happen. Might happen within a year. Because my sweetheart, she is interested in getting a master's, and so we might need to reload, and I'm 100% about it. Let's absolutely support her and doing that and making that happen, and so she can follow some of her passions and get into the workforce and make a go having a big impact on the world. That's a high priority for her. So I'm going to, if it's coming together. There's still some loose ends that we need to tie up and all that, but yeah, we might end up actually in Seattle proper, sooner rather than later. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm at the 43-minute mark now, and I can tell that my brain is starting to compress and my head a little bit. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out with me for the whole time. Melissa and Ken, thanks for going over to YouTube. Paul Deitch, I lost you. I don't know where you went, but maybe it glitched. Thanks so much for coming out. Thanks to Rachel Lawton. Thanks to Amber Williams. Who am I missing? I missed Clark. Called him out a few times. He was here for a minute. Who else? Let's see here. I think that's pretty much the crew. So again, you guys are the best. Love to all. Have a great night. And I'm going to answer yes. Okay. I'm going to answer your text. I'm going to answer the text. That's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. There you go. Okay, buddy. Thanks for the reminder. We're a business ending stream. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I gotta shut that down. It's all these little details, right? I'm a little rusty. Okay. We're going to turn that on. All right. Good night, everybody. Love y'all.